Hey guys, happy Monday. Almost one of our last Mondays. We have what, two more Mondays after this?
Yeah, I think three. No, one
more.
Two more.
That is crazy. Alright, so math today, you are going to need out your math notebook and a pencil. We're going to be doing multiple things today with math. The first being a TED Talk because, well, I love these TED Talks. I think they're so fun. Both lights off, please. You guys know the drill. Pencils down, iPads down, just watching it the first time through.
You and 9 other individuals have been captured by super-intelligent alien overlords. The aliens think humans look quite tasty, but their civilization forbids eating highly logical and cooperative beings. Unfortunately, they're not sure whether you qualify, so they decide to give you all a test. Through its universal translator, the alien guarding you tells you the following. You will be placed in a single file line facing forward in size order, so that each of you can see everyone lined up ahead of you. You will not be able to look behind you or step out of line. Each of you will have either a black or a white hat on your head, assigned randomly, and I won't tell you how many of each color there are. When I say to begin, each of you must guess the color of your hat, starting with the person in the back and moving up the line. And don't even try saying words other than black or white, or signaling some other way, like intonation or volume. You'll all be eaten immediately. If at least 9 of you guess correctly, you'll all be spared.
You have 5 minutes to discuss and come up with a plan, and then I'll line you up, assign your hats, and go to dinner.
I like his voice.
Can you think of a strategy guaranteed to save everyone?
No.
Okay. I'm going to rewind it this time as you're going through watching it. This time, taking notes that are going to help you solve it. Taking notes, it means you need a pencil. I don't mind if you do your notes on your iPad, that's fine too. But taking notes, not playing on your iPad.
You and 9 other individuals have been captured by super-intelligent alien overlords. The aliens think humans look quite tasty, but their civilization forbids eating highly logical and cooperative beings. Unfortunately, they're not sure whether you qualify, so they decide to give you all a test. Through its universal translator, the alien guarding you tells you the following. You will be placed in a single file line facing forward in size order, so that each of you can see everyone lined up ahead of you. You will not be able to look behind you or step out of line. Each of you will have either a black or a white hat on your head, assigned randomly, and I won't tell you how many of each color there are. When I say to begin, each of you must guess the color of your hat, starting with the person in the back and moving up the line. And don't even try saying words other than black or white, or signaling some other way, like intonation or volume. You'll all be eaten immediately. If at least 9 of you guess correctly, you'll all be spared.
You have 5 minutes to discuss and come up with a plan, and then I'll line you up, assign your hats, and we'll begin.
Can you think of a strategy guaranteed to save everyone?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, mask on. I'm going to allow you to go ahead at this time. Turn to somebody in your area and discuss a plan together with your mask on.
Maybe 10 people. That should be 6. So they way. But growing one module is 5 is each. Split it each. This one's the hardest one I have ever did. Because there's no logical math. I don't know. Trying to figure out that's what happened. Only with the
No, I think Mason took it to the back.
No, I didn't.
Why didn't say well,
Talking about math only. 1 more minute.
This is hard. Brad, this makes no sense. So there's 10 people that you need to say. We only need to. There's 9 people you have to say. There's 10 people that you need to say. 9 is half, because if you plus yourself, 9 people. It says it. Wait, it's 1 can miss. It's like oh wait. Okay. So 10. There's 10 people. 9 plus, but we can't talk 10. And there's a lot of 1. Split it equally. 5 and 5.
but the end probably get so then I mean, it could be.
We made a part of the plan.
Yeah.
Because then it's gonna fill it out by itself. What's the part? No. Wait, it's easy. Wait. Okay, no more. Hold up. I know this one.
Okay, raise your hand. Share with me some ideas. Me.
So I feel like it will be about like black, white, because the first person you can see what color theirs is, and then you can like most likely guess that yours would be the opposite color.
So you're thinking it'll be the opposite of what's in front of you?
Yeah, and then I feel like
Okay.
there'll be a few whites.
Okay.
And then you can like see, and then you can see if there's a few black.
Okay.
This one.
Raina.
This probably isn't right, but it didn't say anything. It only said, don't step out of line and don't turn around. So can you take your hat off and look at it?
So you're wondering if you can take your hat off and look at it? Justice?
So we were saying that you can like tap, like double tap for black and then tap for white.
The person in front of you.
They said.
Oh, so you're wanting to do like signals, like tapping?
They said you
No, it
can't.
said sound. It said sound. It didn't say signal.
They did say no sound. I don't know about the signaling. Aiden?
So it looked like the first, like the last few people, like 4 people, it looked like their hats were in a pattern. And the first person had a black one, second had a white, third had a black, and fourth had a white. And so I think the taller person would probably say black.
So you're thinking there's a pattern and the taller person will have a black one?
If they get it wrong, I mean, they said 9 square, so if one gets it wrong, then the others will know it's not the same pattern.
So if the others get it wrong, they'll know it's not the same pattern. So you're going by if somebody else gets it wrong behind you. Bradley?
What if they see their reflection?
Oh, if they can see their reflection in
And I
something.
have another one, but keep it
Any other ideas here? All right, let's watch and find out.
This is random.
I know some people think this is random. It cannot be solved. You're just gonna guess.
There is a random.
The key is that the person at the back of the line who can see everyone else's hats can use the words black or white to communicate some coded information. So what meaning can be assigned to those words that will allow everyone else to deduce their hat colors? It can't be the total number of black or white hats. There are more than 2 possible values. But what does have 2 possible values is that number's parity. That is, whether it's odd or even. So the solution is to agree that whoever goes first will, for example, say black if he sees an odd number of black hats, and white if he sees an even number of black hats. Let's see how it would play out if the hats were distributed like this. The tallest captive sees 3 black hats in front of him, so he says black, telling everyone else he sees an odd number of black hats. He gets his own hat color wrong, but that's okay, since you're collectively allowed to have one wrong answer. Prisoner 2 also sees an odd number of black hats, so she knows hers is white and answers correctly. Prisoner 3 sees an even number of black hats, so he knows that his must be one of the black hats the first 2 prisoners saw. Prisoner 4 hears that and knows that she should be looking for an even number of black hats, since one was behind her. But she only sees 1, so she deduces that her hat is also black. Prisoners 5 through 9 are each looking for an odd number of black hats, which they see, so they figure out that their hats are white. Now it all comes down to you at the front of the line. If the 9th prisoner saw an odd number of black hats, that can only mean one thing. You'll find that this strategy works for any possible arrangement of the hats. The first prisoner has a 50% chance of giving a wrong answer about his own hat, but the parity information he conveys allows everyone else to guess theirs with absolute certainty. Each begins by expecting to see an odd or even number of hats of the specified color. If what they count doesn't match, that means their own hat is that color. And every time this happens, the next person in line will switch the parity they expect to see. So that's it, you're free to go. It looks like these aliens will have to go hungry, or find some less logical organisms to abduct.
Okay. Our guy that does our Estimysteries, he also does another thing for math that I thought we could try today. It's different. We'll see if we like it. I don't know that I like it as much as the Estimysteries, but it's something different, so let's give it a try. Okay, so these are called splat, and he has different numbers for splat. I chose fractions because, well, we're in 5th grade and we should be able to work with fractions instead of just single-digit numbers. All right, so do you see these different circles here?
Yeah.
What would be the total number here? Show me on your fingers. Hold your hand up. What would be the total number here? So if you added all of this up, what would you get? You should be holding up 4. 1, 2, 3, and then I see a fraction, a fraction, a fraction, and one more fraction. When I look specifically at those fractions, I see that this is 1 out of 4, 1/4. I see another 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. Well, when I have 4 of could put them together to make one whole for a total of 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so 4 is our number that we see there. They put it in the top right-hand corner for us. And now splat. They covered up some of our numbers that we had here. Okay? With this, it looks like an ink blob to me. Like a pen exploded and it's an ink blob. Now they want to know, what is the total number underneath that splat? What is underneath that splat? Max, what is underneath that splat?
1 3/4.
1 3/4. How do you know 1 3/4 is underneath that splat?
Because there is 2 holes, and that in last picture there were 3 holes, so I know there's 1 hole. And
Good.
then to make another hole, you would need 3 more because I see 1 there.
Good. So you can do subtraction here. You know we have 4 totals, what we had. Well, when you only see 2 and 1/4, you could do subtraction. 4 minus 2 and 1/4 to see what was underneath here. Or you said you knew that we had 3 holes, so I only see 1, 2, so you know there's 1 hole missing. And then you also remember that there were 3 more parts, so 1 3/4. Very nice. There we go. We see 1 and then 1, 2, 3/4. All right, so you guys understand what we're doing?
Yeah.
We're going to do these with some different numbers. Here we go. All right, what is our total number that we see here? I want you to write it in your math notebook. And I want everybody writing it, guys, not on your iPad. I want you writing. So iPads are closed, unless you're watching this on your iPad. And I want to see pencil and paper out. I'm waiting on a couple friends to get pencil and paper out. For some reason, they're just sitting and staring at me instead of following directions, guys. Come on. All right, what is the number shown? Malia. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 parts. And when you put those 3 parts together, it would make a whole. Splat. What is underneath the splat? Write it down in your math notebook. What is underneath the splat? Couple friends. And you want me to say my name? You just raise your hand. Yes, Mimi. You're doing paper and pencil right now. Whoa, what were you asking about your iPad? I can get it to straighten out. Blank piece of paper then. All right, tell somebody in your area, what is underneath the splat? All right, what did you find, Justice? 2 1/3. Oh, 2 2/3. Is she correct?
Yeah.
Yes. This time I'm not going to say out loud yet what you see. I want you to write it down in your math notebook. You should have a total of 6. And then splat. What is underneath the splat? Thank you. What is underneath the splat? Tell somebody in your area now. All right, let's see. I see 3 and a
2.
half. 1, 2. This makes a whole 3 and 1/2. All right. Thumbs up, thumbs down. What do you guys think of these compared to Esther Mysteries? You guys like the Esther Mysteries better? Yeah. I think I like the Esther Mysteries better too. It's something different. Last one we're gonna do right here. Go ahead.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Splat. What is underneath the splat? Tell somebody in your area what is underneath the splat. I see 1. Oh, I've got 1/4, so I need 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That makes now 1 whole there, so that's 2 and 1/4. Maybe face the front, please. I'm not sure why you're yelling at people's names again. All right, today for our project, my class and Mrs. Long's class, get your project out. E-learners, remember your project is Dream Vacation. All right, you should have circled 3 cities that you are going to visit on your trip, okay? I said for mine that I would have done let me get there, hold on. I would have done the forest town, the large beach town, and the big city, okay? But you could have circled any 3 that you wanted to do, okay? Our next step is now we have to make some calculations here. So this next page, I'm gonna download this actually, so we can get it bigger. Oh man, hold on. Hold on. Alright, there we go. All right, so page 2, there's nothing that you need to write on this page. Okay, right here. But this page right here gives you your formulas that you are going to need for your next page, okay? So on this page, it says use the following chart to help you calculate speed, distance, and time. We want to know how fast you're going to be going on this vacation, how fast you're going to be going, how far you're going to be traveling, and how much time it's going to be taking you to do this trip. So, in order to find your speed, you will find the distance, and then you put it over time, okay? So that's like a fraction. So if my distance is 2 miles, my time is 30. I do 2 over 30, and we know in fractions is what kind of computation? Division. You're dividing, okay? To find the distance, you take what your speed is, you multiply it by your time. That would tell you your distance. To find time, you take your distance, you divide it, fraction bar, divide it by your speed, okay? You will need all 3 formulas to work on our weekly itinerary, okay? It says complete the following chart using your information after determining your 3 cities, okay? So you are going to write down city number 1. For me, I would write down, let me go back. I already forgot the 3 cities I chose. All right, so I have Forest Town. So I would write Forest Town. City 2, I would write down large beach town. And then city 3, big city. Okay? You need to write down the freeway that you will take. The freeway, ladies and gentlemen, they label their freeways by a letter. Okay? So if we go back up, the freeways, this iPad, there we go. If I'm going from the small beach town to the large beach town, this freeway is called Freeway G, okay? And that's 70 miles from this town to this town. If I was going from my home to the small beach town, I would take Freeway C, letter C, and that would be a total of 320 miles, it says. Okay, does everybody understand how we're reading our map?
Yes.
Okay, one more. From Desert Town to Forest Town, I see that that's freeway letter E, and that's a total of 55 miles. Okay, so is anybody going to have the same answers on this part of their vacation? No, because not everybody chose the same cities. Okay, total distance from the previous location. Okay, so from home, how long does it take you to get to city 1? You need to find that distance. What is the total time it will take for you to travel between those locations? Remember, use that formula for time right here. Use this formula, okay? And will you be passing through any other cities on your way? So, for example, if I'm going from, let's say I'm going from Forest Town to the theme park. Maybe the route I take is through the desert town. I'm not stopping and hanging out at the desert town, but I am going to pass through it, okay? Now, how you get from one city to the next also is going to be different, because if I'm going from home to the small beach town, maybe I choose to take Highway C or Freeway C, and I go straight there. Other people might choose to go through Lake Town, go through Forest Town, and then get to Small Beach. So do you see how there's also different routes you could possibly be choosing?
Yeah.
And there's no right or wrong. It's totally up to you. Oh, where'd our mouse go? Oh, there it is. Okay. So you are filling out this weekly itinerary, and also one more. This one is an example of a weekly itinerary that has your plans on it, okay? Day 1, you're going to go from the home to the lake town. So that means you're going to have to leave at 7 a.m. Road stop, where, how long? Maybe you don't have one, so you leave it blank. What time would you get there? 7:25 a.m. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just an example. This is nobody else's, okay? Day 2 then, you're going from Lake Town, because that's where you just were, to Small Beach Town. You're going to leave at 8 a.m. You are going to stop at Forest Town for 3 hours from 10 to 1. And then that would leave you getting to Beach Town, Small Beach Town at 1:40. Okay? This is an example for you to look at. This is the one you are filling out. Okay? So you have 2 itinerary sheets that you are filling out. Okay? Your first one is all about your driving, what route you're taking, how long it's going to take you. This one is actually the breakdown of exact times that you're arriving and leaving. Okay? Any questions on what you're working on for math? 2 itinerary sheets. This one, if you want to put a star at the top of your packet, you can. And also the previous one right here. Make sure you write down what city number, what it is, okay? Any questions? Submitting. I am going to have you submit these 2 sheets. I'm going to make a submission post on Schoology. I only want this page and the other itinerary page, okay? I don't want a picture of this one. I don't want a picture of the example itinerary, okay? I just want your 2 itinerary sheets that you fill out. And you will take a picture, submit it. Any questions? All right, ladies and gentlemen, you guys got some work time to go ahead and do that.